Well, let's shift gears here, though, to the gridiron. Albany State wrapping up spring practice number 3 in the Quinn Gray era. Aaron, I've been out to 2 of their practices this year, and I see a big difference from previous seasons. Everyone seemed a bit more loose, if you will. I told Coach Gray he seemed a bit lighter. He did let me know he dropped a few pounds, but it's not because of that. The real reason behind the shift in the production this year is the production they have returning this season.
A ton of experience, and to be able to come into a spring with 11 starters coming back on offense and 8 on defense, it gives you a sense of relief, not in the sense of work, but just in the sense of the experience that you guys have and understanding that they know the basics of what you're trying to accomplish. And the work that we've put in so far this spring has been tremendous. So it allows not for us as coaches to relax, but it allows for us to do some things a little bit different and a little more than we typically would do.
Coach Gray has been dominant in the conference, 12-4 in the SIAC, but he's still in search of his first non-conference win with the Golden Rams. The defense jumped from 5th to 4th. They went from 6th in the SIAC in offense to 1st this year, averaging 34.5 points per game. A lot of that success due to the experience under center and quarterback Isaiah Knowles.
We're going to have to get Coach a new
yeah, we got to give him a new mugshot. Not mugshot, but close-up, whatever it's called. Knowles made a name for himself last season. In his second year at ASU, he completed 190 of 289 passes for 2,555 yards and 32 touchdowns with the 171 efficiency rate. He was named starter midway through the 2023 season before suffering a shoulder injury. Let's just say he's back and he's better.
Blessed. Was to be able to play the whole season last year. It was a pretty great opportunity that the Lord was able to bless me with. But feeling now, describing one word, I'd probably say confident. I'm extremely confident, extremely comfortable with the things that we're doing in this offense, as well as the defense, the way they've been playing this spring too. So looking forward to a great year.
You heard him say it. He's confident. What growth have you seen from him over the past 2 years, Aaron?
I think his comfortability inside the pocket, making timing throws. As a quarterback, the hardest thing to do is play on schedule. Those first reads aren't there. Can you get to your second read? Can you get to your third read? I think early in his career, his first instinct was to pull the ball down and take off, right? Because he has that athletic ability. I think now you're seeing him be able to get onto his second and third guys. That's huge for Coach Quinn Gray. When you talk about a quarterback developing that sense of being able to throw into tighter windows, find guys that aren't open right away, but then can get open kind of on that secondary routes and even sometimes on a scramble drill. I think the improvement we've seen, it continues to get better and better from him. And now that he's been there a while, I think this is a special, special group. And if he plays well, this team can do special things.
You talk about being a special group. To add to that confidence, the Golden Rams are returning all 11 on offense. But I want to ask you about the QB position specifically. When you have a leader on the team who's experienced and a veteran, what does that do for the team?
Well, I think it builds everybody's confidence, right? A guy that knows the plays, knows how coach wants to call a game, being comfortable under center, knowing the cadence and things, just the small details that people take for granted, those things matter. They know what they're going to get from him, and they're not going to be surprised by anything. I think they believe in Isaiah, and I think that this is a team, when you're bringing back that many returners, in college football, today's landscape, I think that's a huge advantage.
They definitely believe in him, and so does Coach Gray, which is also so fun to watch. ASU has been so close to bringing that title back to the Good Life City. Year 1, they lost to Benedict in the championship. Year 2, the cards just didn't fall in their favor. They won in the Fountain City Classic. What do they have to do to make it to the title game outright and be crowned the kings of the conference?
They got to get rid of the slow starts. They start games so slow, and it takes them a while to get their offense specifically moving. You cannot do that when you play in big-time games. They have to find a way to get that momentum early, play from the lead, and then allow their playmakers to make plays down the stretch. This is a team that can do that. I hope that they can implement that this year. And I think Coach Gray will get that kind of fixed now that they have a team that's been here for a few seasons, specifically at the quarterback position.
Yeah, they also have some big threats lining up beside Isaiah and Fred Gaines, who sat out last season but was named the 2023 SIAC Freshman of the Year, and Tiant White, who made a name for himself last season, earning that rookie title as well. Let's ask Coach how excited he is to have that duo coming back in the backfield.
Excited because he brings a different aspect and a different run style to our offense, and we sort of kind of missed that a little bit last year. More so with Tiant being more of a scat back type of guy, and Freddie being more of a downhill gap scheme type of guy. We're looking forward to being able to have those guys in the backfield together.
Morgan, when you take a look at these guys side by side, very, very close numbers in rushing yards, total touchdowns. Fred had 7, Tiant 5. But that doesn't include the one kickoff return that really caught our eye last season in that big game. So with that, they're one off of each other in scoring. Tiant maybe used a little bit more in the receiving game this past season, had 196 yards. But like Coach said, 2 different type of backs, obviously both very talented, and will only add to the offense this coming season.
That's for sure. Let's take a look at their schedule for this season. They start the year on a 3-game road trip beginning in North Carolina on August 30th against Shaw. FAMU, a new addition to the schedule, Coach Gray's old stomping ground. Tuskegee, October 18th for homecoming, and of course, ending the year with the Fountain City Classic against Fort Valley, November 9th in Columbus. The Rams will be in action this weekend in their annual Blue and Gold Spring Game, Saturday at 1 o'clock p.m. at the Coliseum.